Uh, Hello, everybody. It is a new month. No, it's the same month. Sorry. It's a new week. It's a new Monday. It's July the
10th.
10th. Thank you. It's July the 10th, and it is a
2020.
Monday, and it is a beautiful day. The weather is wonderful. The sun is shining. You can see through my window. You can see the beautiful outdoor that's there behind Maryland.
I know. That's
It's just a great
beautiful.
day. Now, I don't know what weather is like in Florida, but
Oh,
what's it like in
it's
Florida,
always
Bev?
it's always warm and hot and cheerful.
Excellent.
Always. It
So
just
we got
depends on
Beverly
the.
back. We have Beverly and
Yes,
Terry back
I am
this week. This
so
is wonderful.
happy.
Hey,
I am
super.
so
Um,
happy.
uh, we're
Me
hoping that
too.
our friend Karen is well and doing well, and that when she sees this and reviews this, that she gets something from it. And hello, Karen. Hi, Karen. And our friend Sylvia couldn't be with us this week, so we've prayed for her. But we ask if anybody else sees this that isn't among us, that you reach out in prayer for her as well, and hopefully she'll be back with us at when she's able to. All right. I was assaulted by some scissors, and so I'm posing as Gumby this week. For
No, you
those,
look
for those.
handsome.
Well, thank you, man. For those who don't know who Gumby is, it's a green rubber puppet character from the 60s whose head went like this. It's kind of reminiscent of the wave that I have in my hair. Okay, anyway, we are in Deuteronomy, the book of Deuteronomy, Devarim, words, and we are at the beginning of chapter 8. And last week we reviewed the review by Moses, and Moses is explaining to the Israelites as they are poised to enter the promised land. He's extolling to them all the things that the Lord has been doing for them and does for them, and he is cajoling the Israelites to remain true to the Lord, to remember who it is that delivers them, to remember not to get involved in the world there and with the people of the world where they're going in, because those people will corrupt the Israelites, and to not marry among them, don't be numbered among them, to keep them away from you, to don't adopt their ways, to stick close to Yahweh. And so this is what Moses has been extolling. Um, he's also warning Israel that if they do go the way of the world, the way of these tribes, that God will hold this against them. And later on, he does. He lets them go into bondage in Babylon. He lets them be conquered there. And then 10 of the tribes get dispersed into the nations, and they suffer a great deal of calamity from that point onward. If it's okay with you, I'd like to go back into 7 just a little bit to review just a few of the things that the Lord was saying. So in 7, um, it's talking about. We'll start with verse 1, and we'll go to verse 6. It says, "When the Lord your God brings you into the land where you are entering to possess it, and clears away many nations before you, such as the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations that are greater and stronger than you. And when the Lord your God delivers them before you, and you defeat them, because the Lord has delivered them to the Israelites will defeat them. Then you shall utterly destroy them, and you shall make no covenant with them, and show no favor to them. Furthermore, you shall not intermarry with them. You shall not give your daughters to their sons, nor shall you take their daughters for your sons, for they will turn your sons away from away from following me, whom is Yahweh, to serve other gods. And then the anger of the Lord will be kindled against you, and he will quickly destroy you. But thus you shall do to them. You shall tear down their altars and smash their sacred pillars and hew down their Asherim and burn their graven images with fire. So that's the warnings that Moses is imparting to the Israelites concerning interacting and intermingling with these people whom will lead them astray should they allow them to remain. Then in the promises of God, in continuing in chapter 7, it says, starting at verse 12, it says, "Then shall it come about, because you listen to these judgments and keep and do them, that the Lord your God will keep with you his covenant and his loving kindness, which he swore to your forefathers. He will love you and bless you and multiply you. He will also bless the fruit of your womb and the fruit of your ground, of your grain, your new wine, and your oil, and the increase of your herd and the young of your flock in the land which he swore to your forefathers to give you. To give you. He swore this to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He swore this to all of the patriarchs and all of the tribes. But these are the people that are seeing it come to fruition. Though it was promised to the patriarchs and for all of these generations previously, it's actually coming to fruition with this particular group of people at this day and age. 14, he says, "You shall be blessed above all peoples. There will be no male or female barren among you or among your cattle. The Lord will remove from you all sickness, and he will not put on you any of the harmful diseases of Egypt, which you have known, but he will lay them on all who hate you." All right. So that's some of the review of the warnings and the blessings. And if these people remain true to God, if they remain true to the Lord their God, he who delivered them from Egypt and delivered them out of bondage and made the promises and the covenants with the forefathers, if they remain his people, God will go before them. God will remain with them. God will bless them, richly bless them, take care of them, and they will always be under his protection and his care. Okay. Questions, comments on the review? Anything? Yes, ma'am.
It just jumped out at me. Verse 15, and the Lord will remove from you all sickness. That is such a huge promise.
It is, but if you put it in the context of the presence of the Lord, how is there sickness or illness in the presence of the Lord?
Mm-hmm.
There can't be. And he says that the Lord will be with them. So if the Lord is with them, if they are keeping his covenants and his statutes, and if they are staying true to God, how then would that be allowed to come in? Because most sickness and illness is a consequence of sin, or a consequence of a hard heart, or an attitude, or something. Lack of trust, lack of devotion, lack of whatever, where we turn aside. And this is why he's warning them not to get involved with these other nations, because these other nations don't honor God. They don't even consider God. They might recognize his power, but they don't honor and worship him. He's not their God.
Mm-hmm.
And so if they follow the ways of these people that they're coming to dispossess, then they will get what those people have: illness, sickness, greed, suffering, war, famine, plagues, pestilences, all sorts of things. But if they remain true to God, then the promise of God is that he'll walk with them, he'll be with them. And where there is God, there is peace, there is joy, there is love, there is truth, there is honor, there is justice, there is safety, sanctity, wholeness, wellness, health, prosperity, abundance. That's a long answer or a long response. I'm sorry. But thank you, Marilyn.
Thank you. Thank you, Rick.
Anybody else?
Well,
Yes,
how do
ma'am.
you explain how do you explain when people do get diseases and stuff like that? Or like now, I can see how people, myself included, makes the leap from, oh, so that means if I have a illness, it's because there's some type of evil I did or something, and that's why I'm sick.
Well, we'll get into, because further down the line, the Lord expounds on this as well. But he has expounded in the past. He said that the sins of the fathers will be visited onto the sons for up to 7 generations. So this is what it talks about. Now that's That now you're talking about the age of grace. He's talking about the age of the law.
Yeah, aren't
Okay.
we under grace? Shouldn't we be covered? Why are we sick? Eh,
Why are we sick? That's a wonderful question. And the warnings deal with that almost specifically. Talks about how we have joined the ways of the world to the ways of God. We have hybridized God's ways. Are you guys still there?